In this video we will derive EMF equation and also will discuss types of DC machines. DC machine, either it may be generator or motor. Generator we are going to discuss now, because EMF is induced in the generator itself, not not DC motor, right? Types of DC motor also will discuss. DC generator will discuss. So before getting into the topic, what is a machine? Machine, either it may be a generator or motor. Motor which converts electrical to mechanical. Generator which converts mechanical to electrical. Whatever the electrical EMF, electrical voltage, that is EMF equation of DC generator, right? So before deriving the EMF equation, we must know parts of DC generator or DC machine. So yoke is there. Yoke is the outer cover of the machine, and also it avoids entering of dust particles, moisture contents inside the machine, and also mechanical support to the pole core and pole. Okay, and also it is needed for providing low reluctance path, and also it avoids escaping of fluxes, right? So that purpose we are having yoke. After that, pole is for holding the field winding, and pole core is for enlarging the rotor core area and also enlarging the flux or distributing the flux. And next, field winding in the stator to creating the magnetic flux, constant magnetic flux in the DC generator. And next, there is a slats will be there. I mean rotor slats. Okay, rotor slats is for holding the rotor armature conductor. Rotor armature conductor for inducing the voltage purpose. Work has to be done, right? And commutator is present. Commutator is for collecting the current from the armature conductor. Next, brushes for collecting the current from the commutator. What is the purpose of commutator? Main purpose, like converting AC to DC. And next we have brushes. It is made up of carbon and graphite, and also shaft is for holding the overall rotor, and bearing is for reliable operation, smooth operation. See, DC machine EMF equation, we want number of poles, flux, rotation, and number of conductors present in the rotor armature, and parallel paths, lap winding or wave winding, the design. Okay, so let's see EMF equation now. So before getting into that, so when we were in childhood days, we used to have this type of motors, right? So some are permanent magnet DC motors. So that is a commutator, and this one is an armature, this one is a brush contacts, permanent magnets are present, right? So generated EMF or EMF equation of generator. Let phi is the flux per pole in Weber, Z is the total number of armature conductors. So Z is equal to number of slats into number of conductors per slats. P is the number of generating poles. A is the number of parallel paths in the armature. Here we are having lap winding and wave winding. N is the armature rotation in revolution per minute (rpm), and E is the EMF induced in any parallel paths in armature. Generating EMF EG is equal to EMF generated in any one parallel paths, that is E. So average induced EMF per conductor, like d phi by dt. So again, what are the working principles in the DC generator? One is Faraday's laws of automatic induction, Fleming's right hand rule, and dynamically induced EMF, Lenz's law. So Faraday's first law, when a conductor cuts the magnetic field, EMF is induced, because magnetic field is constant, conductors are rotating, right? So based on that, second Faraday's law, induced EMF is directly proportional to rate of change of flux linkage. If it is minus n into d phi by dt, Lenz's law will be there. Okay, so E is equal to d phi by dt per conductor, d phi by dt volts. So what about the flux cuts by conductor in one revolution? D phi is equal to phi p Weber, right? So p phi Weber or phi p Webers. So number of revolutions per second is n by 60. Time for one revolution is dt is equal to 60 by n second, according to Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. EMF generated by conductor is d phi by dt, that is 5 pn by 60 volts. Number of conductors in series in parallel paths is Z by A. EMF generated per path 5 pn Z by 60 A volts. Okay, and EG is equal to 5 pn Z by 60 A. So wave winding is 2 lap winding. I'll tell you how wave winding is made and lap winding is made in the DC generator arm. Okay, so this one is I think it's visible, right? Okay, so this one is lap winding, this one is wave winding. This structure is like see, lap like structure, okay? But this one is wave like structure. Wave like structure, that is number of parallels paths equal to 2. Here number of parallels equal to number of poles. Suitable for this one high voltage application, low current machines, wave winding like generator used for lightning purpose, and this is for high current low voltage application. Low voltage application. Let the next one. Okay. Next, relationship between generated EMF and terminal voltage. See, according to already we know, right? According to Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction, I have taken shunt wound. Okay, shunt wound generator. Okay. See here, supply output voltage is VL. This one is shunt field resistance and shunt field in like field winding, and here there is a armature. So this load voltage depends upon this generating EMF. I mean this terminal voltage depends upon this EG, and also it depends upon drops, and also it depends upon brushes. So EG is equal to VT or VL plus IA RA, right? So generating EMF depends upon it is a relationship between terminal voltage and IARA. So VT is the VT will be developed by EG only. So if it is EG is not there, the rotation is not there, there is no V terminal voltage, and also it depends upon brush drops and also sparking also. Okay, so this is a relationship between generating EMF and the terminal voltage. And types of DC generator, we are having two types. One is separately excited DC generator, self-excited DC generator. Okay, generator we are having DC generator and AC generator alternator. So DC generator, self-excited and separately excited. In that we are having shunt generator, series generator, compound generator. In that compound generator we are having long shunt compound generator, short shunt compound generator. So cumulative compound generator, differential compound generator, cumulative short shunt compound generator, differential short shunt compound generator. Right? Let's see one by one. For reverse syllabus, only shunt series compound will be there, short shunt, long shunt. Okay. Okay. So in that separately excited DC generator, field winding is separated by the armature, and separate DC supply is required for exciting the field winding. Right? See, separately excited. See, this field winding is separated by this armature. So DC supply is required for exciting the field winding. And next, self-excited DC generator. In that we are having series wound, shunt wound, compound wound. Whatever we are generating the EMF, generating current, that itself exciting that field winding, that field magnets, right? That is called as a self-excited DC generator. In that we are having series wound. So winding is series with the armature, and shunt wound winding is parallel with the armature. Compound wound winding is parallel with like both shunt and series field winding will be there in the generator. That is compound wound generator. Long shunt compound generator, field winding is parallel with both armature and series field winding. But in the short shunt, that shunt field winding is parallel with only armature. That part is series with the series field winding. Right? This one. This is series field winding is series with armature. Shunt wound, this field winding is parallel with armature. And compound wound combination of both shunt and series. See here, this field winding is parallel with both armature and series field winding. This field winding is parallel with only armature. This is series field winding. So short shunt compound generator. Okay. So in this video we discussed this one, EMF equation, types of DC generator, and relationship between terminal voltage and generating EMF and brush drops, right? Thank you so much. Next video we will discuss DC motor. Okay.